Hi everybody, it's Marissa. It's been a while, but one thing I wanted to do today was show you a new tool that I've gotten. It's called the MISTI, and I think it means most impressive stamping tool invented. So it's right there, MISTI. And if you go to My Sweet Petunia, I think it's .blogspot.com. I'm not sure if it's mysweetpetunia.com. I'll put it in the description below. And so you can see, and I'll actually put her, she does have a YouTube channel as well, and I'll link up to that because her videos are way better than mine are going to be, showing you detail and things like that. Anyway, I've never spent this much for a stamping tool before. Yeah, never. But the reason I did, well, I really love the entrepreneurial spirit, and I think it's so important that people are entrepreneurs, because if we don't have those people, we don't have innovation, we don't have our economy moving forward. And I encourage those people because I get so tired of seeing mass-produced, I don't know, mass-produced things that no one, they just didn't have foresight for, and then they end up being something that even the person who initially designed it thought it was a piece of junk. So anyway, so if you like your Fisker stamp press, if you like using a Stamp-A-Majig, actually I like the idea of the Stamp-A-Majig, but I really don't like using it. This is a great tool. You can use photopolymer stamps on it. You can use foam-mounted rubber stamps with it. You can use the large, like those 6x6 background stamps with it. It's awesome. So I'm going to just kind of show you kind of what it's like and what it does. And like I said, I'm going to link up to her YouTube channel so you can see a little bit more of how she uses it. And she keeps uploading videos of cards she makes with it. So let's see. Okay, anyway, we're going to go ahead and go. And these are all, she orders all the pieces separately. She's obviously designed it, and she waits for the pieces to come to her, and then she assembles everything. And so you may go to her website to order one, and they'll say out of stock. But what she does is she'll make about 50 of them, and then on her Facebook group, she'll post what time she's going to be making them available, and then you can go to her website and order one there. So anyway, so this is the kind of the stamp press part right here. Okay, and this is the little thank you note she put in there. And this is a foam insert, which, as you know, is really great for clear stamps, having that in there. I'm going to go ahead and pick out a stamp here. It doesn't really matter. Just a clear stamp. I'm just going to kind of put it, I'm going to set it right here for a second. And I'm going to go ahead and put in my cardstock. Now what I can do is put this wherever I want it. Just kind of position it where I want. And then you go and press down. Oops. And there it is. And I mean, this has grooves, so the card will fit right in there. And also, the bottom of this is magnetic. So she said you can go to Lowe's or Home Depot and you get those little powerful magnets. I think I have some. But you can use the magnets as well to hold your paper down. So you don't have to use washi tape or, paper tape or anything to hold that down. So you just go ahead and ink up your stamp. Looks like did I put it on there upside down? I did. Whoa! So, like, I'd have a shadow. How fun would that be? Let me clean that. So, if I wanted my stamp right here, and it's probably going to be crooked. But you can see you've also got grid marks, so you can line it up. Oops. There's that. So I'm going to try this again. I'm going to stamp the right side of the stamp. And you just press down, and you pull back up. So then you've got everything stamped. And this is the Simon Says stamp ink, Beanstalk Green, and it works like the Hero Arts inks where it kind of smooths out so it looks a little bit splotchy right now. But here's something I did earlier, and it's nothing big. But what I can do to mass produce these is I have my other stamp here somewhere. Where'd it go? There it is. And I want to position it up exactly how I had it on this particular card. You put it there, and then you go ahead and you can pick it up, and then you can go ahead and slide another piece of paper in there and stamp it in the exact same spot, so you can mass produce your cards very easily. It also fits. You can do a top folding card. Even though it hangs over a little bit, it's really no big deal. And then you can do put your full-size piece of a cardstock there. And of course you could do it this way if you wanted to, but I mean most people do their card fronts. I don't do. I do a lot of my card fronts detached. And also, because you're thinking, well, I need a grid. There's a grid on the top, but she also sells, and you can cut these down yourself. You can just buy grid paper and cut them down, but she sells the pad, like a pad of them. So you can go ahead and slip that on there, and it comes like a pad like this. So there's her. Well, that solves a lot of questions right there. mysweetpetunia.com. And then you'll have your grid, so you can line it up with the grid first. Line it up with the grid first, and then you can go ahead and put down your card. Now, that was with clear stamps. And if any of you are Simon Says Stamp Kit Club subscribers, she did an awesome video, and I will link up to this one, for this stamp set, where she did multiple colors books, and she made actually 10 copies of a pretty phenomenal card where she had bent the shelf, made it kind of a curve, and then layered in colors of these, and basically because she could do it like an assembly line, she could do a whole bunch at one time. So I thought that was pretty cool. So anyway, in order to use, we'll just go ahead and take out this foam insert. In order to use your cling mounted stamps, you have to take out that foam insert. Okay, so there's enough depth in there. And I'm going to go ahead and grab one of these pieces of scrap paper and see, how do I want this set up? Do I want it this way? So right there. And then you go ahead and you push down, come back up, and let's see. How about we do this in cobblestone? And it is on the bottom. She has the foam on the bottom so that it doesn't shift around all over the place. So we just use it just like a stamp press. And this is my first time using it, my first time out, so I'm hoping... Now, I love it, but if it's not dark enough, the wonderful thing is you can take it and you can ink it back up because it's going to fall right in the exact same spot. And this particular shade, Cobblestone, it's not supposed to be dark anyway. It's kind of it's like a brownish gray. So you can go ahead and re-stamp it. And you know how background stamps are. Those can be kind of a pain in the butt when it comes to, you know, getting a good impression. So I think that turned out very nicely. And this, I mean, this stamp in particular, it's supposed to kind of have that vintagey feel. But I mean, if you stamped it in black and probably VersaFine, I'm sure it would look even more awesome. Ooh, I like that. How fun would that be with like some vellum on top? Ooh, and make it a shaker. Oh, so that vellum on top, awesome. So anyway, sorry, thinking out loud. Last thing I want to show you is with a cling background stamp. Go ahead and pull this out. And again, you can just set it in here. Go ahead and press it down. Now I need to do a darker color because it won't show up very well. So go ahead and ink this up. So like I said, I'm really interested to see how this works out. I mean, I don't think it's going to be very good on things like, you know, scrapbook pages and stuff like that, but I think I'll just do it on a plain piece of cardstock. Because in that case, I think your stamp press is probably your better choice there. But I mean, this, if you're just making cards, I think it's probably your best option. I'm going to see where this, oh, okay, so it falls there. Okay, so apparently I need to take a little bit more care in pushing it down. But you know what? I don't know about you guys, but this cling foam, never that good. Hero Arts, the cling foam stuff, it never clings very well. And I think she mentioned something about Stampin' Up! As well. And she was just saying to make sure that your surface is very clean, which I think it should be considering I just bought it. Should be very clean. I'm going to go ahead and just waste this piece of paper right here. And then I'm going to try again. And she said not to use glass cleaner on this acrylic because it will make it foggy and really gross, and that you need to find a plastic cleaner or like an acrylic cleaner. So, let's just go ahead and flip this over. All right. Okay. Now, of course, I could position... Okay, so apparently... Can you wait, please? Okay, so apparently this does not stick hardly at all to this. And I don't know if it's just because maybe it's not that sticky. I think it's terrible, frankly. I've never been a huge fan of these Hero Arts ones anyway. But I like the designs, but I hate... Let me see if I can get it to stick. Okay. So I'm going to try this one last time. I don't even know if I have enough paper left, because I didn't plan accordingly when I use the back side of that. I don't know, because I just feel like Hero Arts and Stampin' Up!, they put this weird coating on theirs that's... Now let me see if I can... I tried to do as fast as possible. And I know I have a terrible time getting like the perfect impression from background stamps. Drives me crazy. And this, if you see any splotches in here, you can just go back in where it wasn't perfect. You have to be fast. That's what it is. But anyway, and she also said these rulers that she put on here, since she puts it all together, it's made of waterproof, like outdoor tape, which I don't know what that means, but apparently it's good. And she says, so you can, if it gets wet, you can wipe it off. Here's the impression. I don't think that's too bad. And then again, any of these places, now again, this is that Simon Says stamp, so I think some of that's going to kind of de-blotch itself. But you can go ahead and go in and do it as many times as you need to, and stamp's going to land in the same exact spot every time. And I think that's a big deal for me because, especially when I'm positioning sentiments and things like that, I love having that opportunity to be able to do that. So anyway, I'm really sorry that the video took that long because apparently, well, you're getting this like raw, basically. I was just doing it, and so you're learning along with me how it works. Anyway, so I hope this might interest some of you, and there's a beautiful verse on the inside too, which I really liked. It says, as each has received a gift, use it to serve one another as good stewards of God's varied grace, Peter 4:10. I just think that's just beautiful, and I don't care who you are. I don't care, you know, if you don't believe or whatever, but I think it's a beautiful verse. So anyway, this is what it looks like. And I can only imagine how much hard work goes into putting these together. So I'm going to go ahead and slip these things back in here. And that is the MISTI from mysweetpetunia.com. Thanks. Bye.